With your quiet voice, impeccable step, still joy, and your gentle ways to keep me from they can kick dirt in your face, dress you down, and tell you that your place is on you. When they hate the way you shine, I see you taking ownership, trying to hide inside of me. I don't let you in. Let them laugh while they can. Let them speak. Let them scatter in the wind. I've been to the movies and I've seen how it ends. And the joke's on me. You get discouraged, don't you know? It's your brother's word for a while. You gotta dance with the devil the streets. All of living the dream, all of taking life. They come to kick dirt in your face, to call you weak, and then displace you up to kill you if they know across the desert. I saw your eyes behind your head, and you're looking tired, but you don't look scared. Let them laugh while they can. Let them speak. Let them scatter in. I've been to the movies and I've seen how it ends. And the joke's on me. Let them laugh while they can. Let them speak. Let them scatter in the wind. I've been to the movies and I've seen how it ends. And the joke's on them.
Still waiting for the governor. She might be stuck in traffic. Oh, she's here. Oh, good.
Hot town, summer in the city. Back of my neck getting dirty and gritty. I've been down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around, people looking happy, walking on the sidewalk, hotter than a match head. But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance on me. Despite the heat, it will be alright. And baby, don't you know it's a beautiful day? Can't be like the lights in the city, in the city, in the summer, in the city. Cool town, evening in the city, dressing so fine and looking so pretty. Cool town, looking for a kitty, gonna look in every corner of the city till I'm leaving like a bus stop, running up the stairs, gonna meet you on the rooftop. But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance on me. Despite the heat, it will be alright. And baby, don't you know it's a day? Can't be like the lights in the summer, in the city, in the summer, in the city. Hot town, summer in the city. Back of my neck getting dirty and gritty. I've been down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around people looking happy, walking on the sidewalk, hotter than a match head. But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on, it will be alright. Despite the heat, it will be alright, baby. Don't you know it's a beautiful day? We'll be out in the city, in the city, in the summer, in the city. Hot bar in the city. Awesome city. is when he's all dry. Oh, mother, I tell you, had to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin, in the house of the rising sun.
Hello, and welcome to the second annual Newburyport Pride flag raising ceremony. My name is Tara MacGregor. I'm a youth worker here in the city of Newburyport, and I have had the incredible honor of serving as a tri-chair for Newburyport Pride, an ad hoc committee created by Mayor Sean Reardon as a subset of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Alliance. During that time, I have had the honor of serving the city alongside 9 wonderful LGBTQ+ community leaders to bring Pride celebrations to our port city. We carry our mission to unite, educate, and engage the city and its residents to support and empower the LGBTQ+ community in order to build a stronger society as we envision a city where persons with widely diverse gender and sexuality identities are embraced, visible, and fully included in social and civic life. In honoring our differences, we hope to foster an environment of inclusion and diversity here for future generations, built on a foundation of equity for all. I would like to take a moment. I would like to take a moment and thank each and every one of you for attending this ceremony. Elected officials, residents, business owners, young people, LGBTQ+ identifying persons, and our allies. Each of you plays a special role today in supporting the vision of Newburyport Pride. Today, you will be able to hear from young people, Newburyport Pride board members, musicians, and elected officials, all of whom are here to commemorate and celebrate Pride with us today. I'm humbled by the support from all corners of our beautiful community here today for our LGBTQ+ neighbors and friends from our elected leadership and our allies. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce Mayor Sean Reardon, who in his day-to-day life provides an example of what it truly means to be a supportive and committed ally to deliver our city proclamation.
Well, this is fun. So last year, I've been saying this to everyone I've talked to today, but last year there was about 6 of us here for the flag raising. It was Saturday morning. But it was still, but honestly, it was still so special to be able to do that. You know, finally getting elected mayor and be able to raise that flag with pride in my hometown was special. But this, oh my goodness, this is incredible. And I want to see each and every one of you at the Pride Parade tomorrow, 12 o'clock. We're starting at the Bartlett now. We're going to walk down Green Street to the waterfront right into Spring Fest. It's going to be an incredible day. I'm telling you right now, the weather is going to cooperate. It's going to be about 30 degrees cooler, but it's still going to be a great day in Newburyport. So thank you. So I'm going to read a proclamation from the city here, and then I'm going to we're going to raise the flag kind of right in the middle here, and then we're going to get to really why you're all here, not to listen to me, but to our special guests. So again, I'll just say personally, thank you, Governor Healy. It's such an honor to have you here. I'm so proud of the Pride Committee that we've been able to put together and the things that they're doing, and this is just like, you couldn't have asked for a better reward for the work that this group is doing. So thank you, Governor, and for all you're doing for the Commonwealth. Okay, so bear with me, there's a lot of whereases here, but whereas we are gathered here today to celebrate and mark the beginning of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning plus Pride Month throughout the city of Newburyport. And whereas this month, we recognize the anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising of June 1969, and the courageous individuals who sparked the movement for LGBTQ plus civil rights and changed our nation forever. And whereas Newburyport joins communities across the country to observe Pride Month with a pride flag raising ceremony to honor the history of LGBTQ liberation movement and to support the rights of all citizens to experience equality and freedom from discrimination. And whereas the city of Newburyport is committed to supporting visibility, dignity, inclusion, and equality for LGBTQ plus people in our diverse community. And whereas the LGBTQ plus community continues to face systemic discrimination across the United States, including social stigma, legislation aimed at limiting the rights of LGBTQ plus individuals, challenges accessing healthcare and other basic social services, and increased rates of violence. And whereas we remain vigilant of oppression against LGBTQ plus community, especially our trans community, and stand against political efforts to overturn hard-fought rights. And whereas Pride Month influences awareness and supports our LGBTQ plus community, and is an opportunity to strengthen alliances, build acceptance, and advance equal rights. And whereas 1 year ago, this community rallied to support a dance for our LGBTQ plus youth. And in the following year, a groundswell of community support has led to an organized Pride group, greater visibility in the city, and a series of events throughout this Pride Month. Now therefore I, Sean R. Reardon, Mayor of the great city of Newburyport, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2023 as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning plus Pride Month. Be it further proclaimed that the rainbow flag will be raised, and it's actually the progress flag, will be raised on this day, June 2nd, 2023, recognizing all LGBTQ plus community members whose influential contributions to our neighborhoods make Newburyport a vibrant city in which to live, work, and visit. Given under my hand this seal, June the 2nd, 2023. Thank you. Now the pressure's on, you're all gonna watch me. It's a preview of my outfit for tomorrow.
Thank you, Mayor Reardon. When the Pride Board sat down in December of 2022 and began discussing this very event, we thought of ways it could be expanded on and built this year. The addition of a keynote speaker was a natural choice, and only one name came up as someone to represent the LGBTQ community with local roots and a strong voice in leadership. The first woman and LGBTQ person elected to the governor's office in Massachusetts history has been a force in government, advocating for same-sex marriage rights and equality here in the Bay State and around the nation for all. It is my distinct honor today to welcome Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey as our keynote speaker.
The board, all who worked on organizing just what a wonderful, wonderful event this afternoon is, and it will continue on through the weekend and indeed the rest of the month. So I want to thank all of you for volunteering your time. And I want to begin by thanking Mayor Reardon, Sean Reardon, for making sure that this was going to be a Pride event like none other, and that the evidence is the turnout here today. And so, Mayor, thank you so much for your partnership on so many fronts as we work to solve problems across government plaguing towns and communities and cities around this great state. But also your commitment to equality and making sure that, particularly in this time, in this moment in our country, that we stand firm in who we are, our values, what we believe in, who we stand for, who we stand with. And it's just an honor to be here with all of you outside of this historic City Hall. I'll also share with you, Mayor, that earlier this month, the Lieutenant Governor, Kim Driscoll, our fabulous Lieutenant Governor. Yes, you all know Kim. Well, she brings her greetings. We had an opportunity to issue a proclamation declaring June Pride Month, and I want to share this with you. Feel free to share it here at City Hall, but it is an official proclamation from us in our capacity as Governor and Lieutenant Governor, signed and presented today to Mayor Reardon and the City of Newburyport on this special celebration of Pride. And looking out, boy, it is just a who's who of people in political life, prior political life, current political life. It's so wonderful to see so many friends who, for those of you who are not in political life, you all look a heck of a lot better than the rest of us. So, I'm talking about you, Frank, in particular. You look great. Very relaxed in his golf shirt. Pink, though, good color on you. To all of the folks with whom Kim and I have the pleasure of serving and working, you know, it's not easy, and I am grateful for our partnership, to Senator Tarr, to Representative Shan, to Councilor Duff, to all the members of the City Council and School Committee and others here. Thank you so much for what you do. We really appreciate it, and we want to work as a team with all of you. So many leaders from across this great community who are here today representing so many good things. And I have to say, it's important that we come together today, not only to show our pride, our unity, our strength, and our solidarity. It's also really important to feel connected, especially after the last few years where we weren't as able to be connected in the ways that are really good for us and good for communities. So we're lucky the sun is shining today. It's not too hot, and it affords us this opportunity to gather in person, which is fantastic. And I also want to thank the wonderful musical group for their work. So it's very special for me to be here today. It's very special for me to be here today as the first openly gay governor elected in our state's history. As the first lesbian elected governor in our country's history. But most importantly, as a very proud daughter and granddaughter of Newburyport, and I consider myself that. Our dad and my siblings are here today, and hopefully my mom, I don't know. Yeah, hi Mom. So, you know, Dad grew up on High Street, Mom grew up on Chapel, my grandmother grew up on State Street, marched every day from the traffic circle up to what used to be the GAR with her then great-grandfather, who at 16 got permission from his dad here in Newburyport to go fight in the Civil War, and we still have the signed permission slip. So, you know, though Mom and Dad took us across the border for our early years, know that our roots are very much in Newburyport. And all of us kids spent a lot of time. Our first bank account was at the Institution for Savings. Our first library trip was right over next door. We used to make the most of it at Taffy's, and every night we go down to the waterfront with my grandfather and walk the boardwalk. So never in 1,000 years would I imagine that I'd be addressing this auspicious crowd here today at City Hall in this capacity. But I'm here. So I'm going to try to make the most of it with all of you. Let me begin by saying something. I said this the other day when we were talking about some Pride-related activities in Boston, and you know, I want to begin by thanking the trailblazers, people who have gone before me. You see, I wouldn't be here today as a gay person in this role, and those of us who serve, who are members of the community, would not be here in our roles were it not for so many who were not afraid to live their lives openly and authentically and in times of incredible hardship. And so I just want to take a moment to give it up to those whose names we'll never know, whose stories we'll never know, who won't see their pictures and portraits of pride or featured in news stories or on TV. But those people, I am really grateful to, because they are the ones who made it possible for people like me to do what I'm doing today. I also am truly grateful to our young people. You know, when I think about the incredible diversity in this LGBTQIA+, P+ community, I think about our young people. I think about their strength and their resilience and their bravery, and their just insistence that we all create a space and a world that is more inclusive, and it's like not a big deal, right? And it's amazing. you know, some of you, and there are some young, and there are many not so young of us out here as I look about. I just want to tell you something. It's field trip season at the state capitol, is it not? Bruce and I were together just the other day, and so we have these teams of kids coming in of all ages. And one of the things I've observed this year is that so many of these young people are identifying as belonging to the LGBTQ plus community. And they're doing so in a way that not only is showing themselves to express themselves and who they are, but also with allies and support from their classmates. And I have to tell you, it wasn't that way when I was growing up. And it's just a sign of the progress that has been made. And so I just want to note that very positive thing as we mark today. I feel really grateful to be part of a team leading a state that has such a proud history when it comes to equality. You know, we were the first, of course, to pioneer a public education, to have a library, to have a park system. There's some certain things that we understood. We also understood something about equality. And I'm really proud that we're the state to recognize that love is love and that the right to marry should extend to everybody. But the fact of the matter is that as we stand here today with a lot to celebrate, it's also a time where I think we need to recommit to the work. Because sadly, across this country, we see many, including, unfortunately, politicians and governors looking to take us backwards, state legislatures looking to take us backwards, school committees looking to take us backwards, by exploiting fears, by engaging in truly cruel and horrific and dehumanizing tactics. And in these dark days, the ripple effects are real and pronounced. They're felt by people here in this state, where we actually protect your civil rights, we protect freedom. We want to ensure that people have access to the education that they need, to the health care that they need. But the ripple effects are real. You know, anxiety and depression, the numbers are rising in the LGBTQ population, particularly among our young people. And it's a direct result of what they're seeing and reading about in social media and on the news. When you see the banning of books, the banning of libraries, of drag queens, which is entertainment, which is uplifting. You know, you see these tactics, the efforts to just cut off access to gender-affirming care and needed services. It's heartbreaking. And to me, I welcome Disney, by the way, to Massachusetts. Where we have real snow, too. That fake stuff. So I say every time we see someone looking to take us backwards, right? We just lean in that much harder. Because it turns out that it's a good thing. And so that's what I'm committed to doing right now. So to all those who feel vulnerable, especially our young people, especially our trans community, I want you to know that I will do everything I can, and our team will do everything we can to support you. Because here in Massachusetts, you are seen, you are heard, you are loved, your rights will be protected, you will be respected. We will stand with you, we will fight for you. You have the right to live authentic lives. We will all be better for it. And so, I want to bring it back. I want to bring it back to the work of the board. Because a year ago, there was some ugly stuff. there was some ugly stuff. And that's what bigots and bullies like to do. And they try to get away with it. And the best way to respond to that is just not let it happen. Just not let it happen and double down in the other direction. And that's exactly what you all did. And that's why we have the crowd that we have today. And so I say, keep it up, great work, Newburyport. I'm so proud to be with all of you. I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Let's together commit to continuing the fight for equality, for justice, for fairness. Happy Pride, Newburyport.
Thank you so much, Governor. That was incredibly moving. I'm a little overwhelmed by emotion. At this time, I am delighted to welcome Evnie Martino and Nadia Toff, students from Newburyport High School, who will be reading selected poems.
Hello, my name is Evnie Martino, and I'll be reading my poem, Transatlantic. Do you remember love? It seems as though the word holds little more than air. You ask me, who is she? I reply, just a friend, as if an ocean is nothing more than dewdrops clinging to yellow grass. I have trained myself, you see, to be fluid, no less than water, because I cannot afford to bear a sunset upon my chest, which still feels too heavy for me. I am weighted down with the curves I have been gifted. You ask me why my hair is cropped up past my neck. I will say that I feel lighter this way, and it's true. I am tired of being brave. While my mere existence is seen as a rebellion, I never intended for it to be that way. I don't want to earn the title of warrior just because there are places around me that act like battlegrounds trying to shoot me down. Just because a man hundreds of miles away from me refuses to understand contemporary biology. While the act of my love and my being is a resistance, I still wish it didn't have to be. I'm tired of my tale being told as a tragedy. I'm constantly being dismembered. Bits of my being are being used for the purpose of others, never my own. And I fear I will never know a story where my head and my heart will be intact. I am tired of pretending I don't exist, that I'm the figment of the imagination of a man, for he did not create me. She did. I did. But now I rise, proclaiming my true design. Never again will we be relegated to the shadows like the ghosts of our late kin, who could not join hands in the public, who could not become their truest selves, because you couldn't trust each other to love human nature however it comes. I will sing my manifesto from the very rooftops. Again, my body and soul are like water, and you better believe that I will flood my town and my country with the consciousness of my dignity. We will be the movement of the ocean, leaping and proud. We hope that you would stand with us, lift us up, although we are strong enough to forge our own resurrections, bolder and brighter than whatever's coming. I speak now for my brothers and sisters and kin. No matter the darkness of the crossroads we're in, we will reclaim our existence, and with our truth shining bright, we will win.
And this is my poem that I wrote called With Love. The world forgets how human we are. Boys will be boys, girls will be girls, boys will love boys, and girls will love girls. People will be people, and people love people. Our universe reminds us that love is the most powerful element in the space between the moon and back. The joy radiating from the interlocked fingers of two women holding hands blocks out the reigning fear of a world orbiting in the direction projected on the news. Life doesn't always get easier, but hate will be outlived. The sunlight through the windows of a wedding celebrates what love is, feels like the survival of a community living through the ages, proves that hope is in the brightness, and no amount of bigotry will flood its path. I want to plaster my memoir into the hearts of every lawmaker who says banning books that mention gender will fix something that was never a problem. I want to reprint the black and white pages of books into words of unapologetic love, the ink splatter spraying a surrender flag covered with colors of a rainbow that wave hello on a flagpole. I hope its mast is tall enough to reach the kids who need a new focal point. I hope it acts as a beacon beckoning those brave enough to love through any storm, to stand with me and write their own novels and memoirs, and I hope the words we print will fold into paper airplanes that fly to the ends of the universe, filling the space between the moon and back with love.
At this time, we welcome my fellow Tri-Chairperson, Dr. Lori Toll, to deliver remarks on behalf of the Newburyport Pride Board.
Thank you all for coming here to help us celebrate what has already started to be a wonderful weekend. When we think about 1 year ago, we had, as the mayor said, we had a handful of people here for the flag raising. And last summer, Tara and Marianne and I sat down and said, let's create a board. Let's celebrate all of us, and let's have a diverse group that can bring events to Newburyport. And I want to take a moment to recognize our board members for their work throughout the year that have made all of these events come to fruition. And then I'd like to share a little bit about how amazing our community looks with all of the window decorations downtown. So I'd like to just have each board member stand up when I call your name so you can be recognized. We have Tri-Chair Marianne Vesey. Tri-Chair Tara McGregor. Denise Knight. Holly Cashman. Melissa Farrick. Paul Goldberg. Kevin Hudson. So I'd like to take a moment just to Sully, where are you? Sully McClellan. Oh, Sully moved from our chairs. Sully, come on up. I'd like to take a moment just to recognize that this was our board of adults, and Sully is our youth member. And his work throughout the year has been tremendous, and even included an internship that brought many of the Pride things to fruition, including the Hate Has No Port Here video, which is the second edition. So Sully, a very special thank you for joining our board in representing all of the youth here in Newburyport and the surrounding area. We really, really appreciate all of your work. As you may have seen, downtown, we have dozens of businesses who have decorated for Pride. And through this, we want to thank not only the businesses, but all of you, because you are what has made this come to fruition and really be something special. And if you haven't seen the local businesses yet, it's really something to see the effort that they've put in to celebrating Pride. And I'd like to share a few words, and it won't compare at all to our youth poets who just performed, but a few words that go along with the color that is now coming out in Newburyport. In the heart of this city, a vibrant flame ignites, a kaleidoscope of colors shining through the nights. With pride we gather, a diverse community, celebrating the love that sets our spirit free. Here in our city's streets, a symphony of voices soars, with each one a testament to the beauty we adore. From every corner, people come with open hearts to share their stories, creating living works of art. From the whispers of history echoing in the air to the modern marvels that make our city flare, we cherish the past, embrace the present with delight, as we march toward a future bathed in vibrant light. Pride in our city, a beacon that shines so bright, guiding us forward with each and every fight. For us in this symphony, we find our common ground, a love that knows no boundaries, forever to be found. So let us raise our voices, let our pride resound in this city we call home, where acceptance has no bound.
While Pride events play a major role in uplifting the LGBTQ community during the month of June, supporting equal rights in diversity in gender and sexuality is needed throughout the year. Here to share more on the importance of allyship and action is Kevin Hudson, my fellow Newburyport Pride board member, with a call to action.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming. I'd especially like to acknowledge our straight allies joining us today. Thank you for all you do in support of LGBTQIA+ rights. What is an ally? What is an ally? An ally is someone who stands up for, supports, and encourages the people around them. It's a term that gets used a lot in marginalized communities, but what does it really take to be an ally? In the last few years, states have advanced a record number of bills attacking the LGBTQIA+ rights, especially our transgender youth. The ACLU is tracking 491 anti-gay bills in the United States. Let that number sink in for a minute. These legislative proposals come at a time when roughly 8 in 10 Americans believe that there's some sort of discrimination against transgender people in our society. And that's according to a 2022 Pew Research Center poll. The survey also found that most Americans favor laws protecting trans people from discrimination. If these polls are correct, then why aren't more allies speaking up against these hateful attacks? Clearly, just saying you're a supporter or an ally is no longer sufficient. Just take Florida and Tennessee as examples. What's happening there? It's just not enough just to say you're an ally anymore. Now more than ever, our community needs you, our allies, to stand up to hate, bigotry, and fight alongside us. We need you to speak up when someone makes a racist, misogynistic, or homophobic joke. We need you to give money to mutual aid groups who do things like help pay rent, medical bills, tuition, and not just tax-deductible institutions. We need you to act as security staff at demonstrations where marginalized groups might be targeted, like our friends from the Wolf Club. Safety, not security. We need you to maybe attend a bystander intervention training so you're prepared to stand up like that when needed. And we really just need you to stand up to hate together with us. So we hope you will join us. Thank you.
Finally, I am excited to welcome local musical duo Soundbridge Union, who will be performing a rendition of Christina Aguilera's Beautiful, a song widely embraced within the LGBTQ community. Following that, I invite you to stay and enjoy their additional selections as you greet each other and enjoy rainbow whoopie pies donated by Chicoco Baking Company. At their table, you can find a full list of our schedule of events for the weekend. We hope to see you again as we come together to celebrate all across the city. Thank you for your time today. Happy Pride!
It's hard to believe.